Shalom, Akim. I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Them honors the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and roll well, and salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim. I want to get into this image here. Us brothers in this truth, our job is to reveal Esau's secrets. And right now we are sitting back and revealing his double secrets left and right, man. And this is why he's wanting to shut down our pages, Marcus terrorists and different things of that nature. And he's just trying to pull out all he can to paint us the picture of the bad guys, And the truth is, we're just here to expose this devil, man. That's our job, man. The Lord has woken us up to this great truth, and we use the truth of these scriptures, when we break down these strongholds that Esau has set up. And right here, he wants to merge machine with humans so bad. This is his ultimate goal, and this is why he's been giving you the $1 Million Man, bionic woman, bionic man, any one of your RoboCops, your different images of machine with humans. You even have some now where they have the people crying for androids, and androids have heart feelings. These are the things that Esau is conditioning the people for. And he's also got movies where he's showing you how this AI, is going to eventually turn on its masters. A few weeks ago, you had images of the AI. Esau was running amok on the internet, putting images up of AI videos with the black woman as a gorillas and different images, just showing her tearing things apart. And we were laughing, and it was funny, but the thing about it was that he tried to make it seem like it just came out the blue, it just made it itself. Well, we know it's BS because somebody's controlling AI. Bottom line, human has to control it. Human has to make it happen. Just the bottom line to what it is. In all actuality, he once again with his creations that he creates, he tries to paint the picture that they're here to help you. But in all actuality, we know what they're really here for, man. Proverbs 4:16, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. They think of these things. They always paint the picture like they come to help. We come to help, and in all actuality, war is in his heart, man. Destruction is in his heart. Takeover, seeing what he can gather out and run with. Those are the type of things that are in his heart, man. Proverbs 4:17, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence, man. And once again, like I said, it adds on to the point I'm making, that when he comes with that, I come to help you, my robots are just here for peace, and then what happens? Violence, man. Something out of the ordinary happens, man. Look at the robots in China, all the way down to the Elon Musk autonomous trucks. They're here in America, they're causing accidents. I shouldn't say Elon Musk autonomous trucks, but he's a part of it. He's ushering in those things. His company Tesla is a forerunner for these autonomous bots. Every year they're perfecting them. We're in like year 15 of the generation of the bots. I had a chart up. I did a video on not too long ago, about a year or two ago. And it showed you the progression of these bots. And how they trying to make them price affected right now. As far as they want people to be able to put them in their houses and their homes. But this is what they're on, man. Proverbs 4:18, the path of the just is as the shining light. They shine up more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is darkness. They know not at what they stumble. And so once again, Esau is putting his whole heart into these AI bots, and in all actuality, these things are going to be, they could be programmed to take over the ones who program them, man. I was reading something earlier about China, and they were saying how America is upgrading its missile defense system, because it was bought in by China or something to that effect. Well, here's the kicker. China makes all those components. China makes all those parts. So how are you going to try to build a firewall to go against what China has made? You best believe China has a back door for everything, man. And that's just what they do, man. Why would I create a weapon to destroy me? No, I'm going to create the weapon. So if you decide to try to use it against me, then I can have a counteractive to use it on you, But at the end of the day, this is where all your hard-earned taxes and everything goes to. This is where the future is leading to right here. These AI stuff, man. All the jobs you put on your computer, they're pushing for you to go to AI-based this, AI-based that, They wanted a few years back, a solid 10 years ago, I was getting phone calls and emails telling me to, advertising me to use my voice and image for AI, so they needed somebody to, they wanted a voice, they wanted an image, so these things have been in the making for quite some time, and it's here, it's here right now, it's no running from it, there's nothing you can do about it, Esau is working his perfection on this, and as well as we know that this could be the death of him, man, Isaiah, because we've seen it in the movies, man. They're showing you it in the movies, the Mission Impossible movies, showing you how AI turns on you. There's a few other movies that are out right now. Most of the majority of movies are coming out showing you how either just robot could turn on human or just the AI plus robot could turn on human. Isaiah 9:16, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. So these people, the leaders of these people, they're really pushing that agenda, man. Like I said, you had autonomous trucks that were driving down there in California. They're on the West Coast and in the Southwest. I've seen them as far down as Phoenix, Arizona, and as far up as the Bay Area in LA. And the people in the Bay were rejecting those autonomous driving cars, because they're taking the jobs at the end of the day. And that's another thing what's coming up, man, that you're gonna have to decide, man. A lot of these robots are taking your jobs, man, So what are you gonna do, man? In this society, you either get down or you lay down, basically, So the autonomous generation is here, A lot of these jobs they're losing these jobs, these warehouse jobs. I was just talking to a guy at my cooking job, and he was explaining to me at one of his at his warehouse, at the Amazon warehouse, how the robots were taking over. And I seen how that they had hired a solid 4 or 5 years ago. They hired a bunch of people. This was Amazon was the job. It was here. People were able to live from holiday to holiday off their Amazon checks, and they were married. They were happy. But right now they're upset because 1,500 people have lost jobs throughout the Amazon world as far as from America. Whether it be in Chicago, LA, California, these different areas where the Amazon hubs were, people are losing their jobs at mass rates, And why are they losing their jobs? Because they don't need them anymore. They don't need to worry about a person going to the bathroom. And that's another thing too, these jobs, these people were under strict rules, like they had the time, their bathroom breaks, they had the time, everything. Everything was done by robot there, basically. Your breaks, everything, man. Just like how today, when you punch in the clocks, like you don't even have to physically punch into a time clock anymore. You can use your cell phone nowadays. Just be in that area and the cell phone and pick it up. Everything's digital nowadays, So times are changing rapidly, But yeah, these people are being led astray. They're being led to be destroyed, man. At first they thought everything was good with these autonomous, autonomous cars and autonomous robots helping out, and then come to find out these things are taking over their jobs, man. They're taking over their well-beings, man. So their holidays are no more. They're not happy anymore. So what's gonna happen in these times, man? Because you gotta realize that Esau is also using these different robots for weapons, man. That's his main thing, man. To use these things for weapons, man. Here's something. This is Psalm 102, and I'm starting 1. A prayer of the afflicted. When he is overwhelmed and pour out his complaint before the Lord, hear my prayer, O Lord, and let my cry come unto thee. Hide not thy face from me in the day when I am in trouble. Incline thy ear unto me, in the day when I call, answer me speedily. For the days are consumed like smoke, and my bones are burned as an earth. So just going into these things, man, just calling to the Lord, man, because Esau is getting ready to come down with great wrath with these different types of things that he has, man, these different types of weapons of destruction, man. The devil has unleashed different insects to kill you, he's unleashed different gases to kill you, he's unleashed different, he's going to unleash different robots, to kill you. This man is all about death, and he's going to stop at nothing. He also puts it in the movies and lets you know that he's what he's about, man. So yeah, I just seeing some things on this AI and just like I say, I always see these robots and images and pull up different images of Tesla bots that are coming out and just keeping your mind in the spirit of what this devil is capable of doing and what he's gonna try to do, man. Because the time is near, man, and he's showing you. What about even we could go think about when you look at the Voltron type of robots, man, they got those Gundam bots, man. I've seen them, man. Whether it be the Asian countries are perfecting them, for the most part, but still, it's nothing for America to get its hands on them. With that being said, I hope this is edifying. Shalom.